Hi everybody, my name is Adrian Montano from MindGrasp, and I would just like to follow up on the discussion that we had on goal setting. I trust you enjoyed our insights and unique experiences, as well as everything that we've drawn from our studies and our work with clients, and you will find it useful. And I wanted to follow up on it with a bit of actionable insight, a piece of knowledge that you can put into practice right away, and that would enable you to reach goals more easily, to set and reach goals more easily, smoothly, and effortlessly. And that would ultimately empower you to take a hold of your lives. So, I mentioned the importance of values in terms of setting goals. Now, values are the keys to our motivation. Values are not necessarily what we like, but what motivates us. And we know that something checks off one of our values if afterward we feel good about it. So, for instance, for somebody, let's say efficiency might be a value, and efficiency for them involves doing a lot of paperwork at work. So, they will do the paperwork. They might not like the process itself, but at the end of it, they will feel good about it. And that indicates it checked off a value. Values are highly abstract. They're not the kind of things you can put your finger on or you can put it into a wheelbarrow. So, if for instance you ask somebody what's important to them about physical activity, about health and fitness, and they say running. Well, running is a behavior, not quite a value. So you'd probably want to ask some more, what's important to you about running? And they would say something like energy. Now that is a value because it's not something you can put your finger on. You can put into a wheelbarrow. So values are highly abstract. There is one exception to it in terms of our work, the professional field of our lives, and that is money, because money is both concrete. Although, with cryptocurrencies and digital transactions nowadays, less and less concrete, but money also refers to the abstract idea of financial worth. So that would be sort of, let's say, on the borderline. So the reason why values matter so much when it comes to goals and goal setting and achievement is that you want to set goals in accordance with your values. That way, you'll be naturally motivated to take action. You can't make goals happen unless you take action for them. You go through concrete steps. That's actually what differentiates, what sets apart a goal from, let's say, a state. You can feel happiness right now if you vividly recall an event in which you were truly happy. You see what you saw, hear what you heard. You will feel with maximum intensity what you felt in that moment. So you can access it right away. Whereas a goal takes time, it takes a certain number of steps, and it has some evidence criteria. So what you see, what you hear, what you feel when you've actually accomplished it. And when you start with the keys to your motivation, with your values, and you discover them, then you can forge goals that actually work for you. Goals that will feel natural to work on. So the first thing to do is pick the area of your life where you want to work on. And in my experience, the model I work with, that I produce results with for myself and my clients, distinguishes between work, career, however you want to call it. For me, for instance, it's business because I run my own business. Then it would be family, relationships, talking about intimate relationships, then health and fitness, and personal development, spirituality. Well, spirituality, however you want to define it. Thing is, the first four areas, so work and career, health and fitness, family, relationships, they're the ones that's easiest to wrap your head around. And if you set those in order, the other two will just naturally flow from it. So I would highly suggest you begin working on these. So set that area of life apart and then ask yourself, okay, what's important to me about, for instance, about my career? And make sure, the answers are abstract enough. And then, you'll get seven, eight, maybe even up to 10 answers. So that would be the first step. The next step is to order them. So once you've really emptied your buffer, your mental buffer, ask yourself, okay, which one of these is the most important? and notice how you feel about them. Not so much what you think they should be, but rather how you genuinely feel about them, and order them in a hierarchy of importance. The first, the second, third, and so on. So you've got your hierarchy of values in that particular area of life. Great. Now you can begin to figure out how to turn it into a goal. And we've gone, with discovering values, we've gone into the abstract chunking up. Now we're going to go the opposite direction, chunking down, and discover, the what I like to call the key performance indicators, the evidence criteria that will let you know when you've actually fully checked off a value. So, for instance, for me, the number one value in pretty much all areas of life is wisdom. And professionally, for instance, wisdom requires me to read a certain number of books within a certain period of time, interact with people, and get involved in engaging conversations that let me learn new things. And there's a certain number of conversations, certain number of people that I need to engage with in order to fully know that I've checked off that value. Read a certain number of articles that pertain to my fields, or just feed off my thirst for knowledge, and all of that put together checks off wisdom for me. So how is it for you? Take all the each and every single value that you've discovered in your hierarchy in that area of life, and ask yourselves, what do I need to see? What do I need to hear? What do I need to feel concretely so that I know that this value is fully checked off? And once you do that for every single value, and this time get as specific as possible, you can never be too specific when it comes to goals. Once you've fleshed out all these details for each and every single value, then you can begin to forge a goal that encompasses all of them. And the beauty of it is that goal will naturally stem from your values, so you'll be naturally motivated to move towards it, and you'll find it easier, or dare I even say easiest, to take action in that direction. So I trust you find that useful. Looking forward to your questions, comments in relate to the ascend, and to the whole conversation that we previously had together on goal setting and why it's still worthwhile. All the best to you folks. Looking forward to our further panels. I remain yours faithfully, Adrian Montano, Mind Hacker at Mind Grasp. Cheers.